Oh, yes. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Super Divorce YouTube channel. This is Nicholas Villars here, one half of the synth pop duo known as Super Divorce. Just wait a second here, see if anyone decides to stop by before we begin in earnest this video here this evening. If you were here last night, you might recall that my voice was quite something, and it's still quite something. And Obi-Wan's here. Hello, Obi-Wan. Thank you for joining me. It is rather late. This was not the original plan for tonight's video. What I was going to do originally was I was hoping to go live and play some Forza 4 that I purchased. I got this on Black Friday, actually, way back in November, and I've still not had a chance to play it. And I thought, hey, it might be fun to go live on my Xbox One for the first time, because I've never done that. I've never done live Xbox One gaming on this channel. Thought that would be fun to do, but turns out I put the disc in and it required a 20 gig update before it could be played. And so not only that, I also would need to clear space off of my Xbox One to be able to install the game. Fully, it is about 60 gigs in total. So that was just a bit too much for the late hour that we're in. So I decided, why not do a little coloring, a nice bit of relaxing coloring here from this splat book. Yeah, I could have streamed something else, but after I'd kind of messed around with all that, then it kind of took the wind out of my sails as far as doing a gaming video. And I was feeling like just chilling out a little bit, and I thought this would be something good to do. I was like, why not do a little coloring? Because Jess got me, she got me this cool Nickelodeon coloring book, and it's got a lot of cool pictures in it. Well, you can't really hear. See, you know, it's got some cool stuff in here, some stuff that I am very fond of. So I thought I would go live and do a little bit of that and put some tunes on the background. Create a sort of a chill out type stream this evening and play some royalty free chill out tunes. I just went to no copyright music. I went to no copyright music on YouTube. I've pulled up this playlist. It's called Calm Music. So I'm going to put that on. Here we go. I'll go ahead and start it because Obi-Wan is here. Obi-Wan says, what a good project. Well, thank you. I hope that you enjoy the music and the coloring as we go through. I'm not sure. I think I might just start at the very beginning. Well, let me get this one first. Let's see here. Now, I don't know how that comes through. Maybe I should turn it up a little bit more. How's that? How's that doing? I was looking through the comments on this video, and I saw some people who were very excited. It seems as though this had been used for something else, and there were people who had just stumbled upon it after looking for this very song for like 3 years. It is Rock Angel by Joachim Karud. I'm gonna go ahead and have another Halls. Yeah, let's see. Obi-Wan said the nature of your live streams has completely changed and people seem to be enjoying it, so why not? Yeah. Yeah, there's We're having a Halls. Could also call this we can include this. This is also a Halls triple soothing action cherry review. Oh, JP's going to bed. Yeah, I wanted to go live earlier, but you know, I was working on some other various items around the office, and tried to go live. Well, I was planning on doing so over an hour ago and ran into some issues. I was going to play Forza Horizon 4 on the Xbox One, and it's a huge download. You got like a 20 gig update that's necessary to download before you can even play it, and then it's also like a 60 gig install. So I would have had to clear space off my hard drive and download that. It wasn't going to work tonight. So we're doing something a little more relaxing. And I'm sorry that it happened so late, JP. And we're going to get back on an earlier schedule very soon. Now that Christmas and New Year's have passed, kids about to go back to school. So yes, go ahead and like and then sleep. Yes, please do. And so yeah, this is relatively early. I've started, I feel like I've started as late as like 5 in the morning, maybe later. Before there was one I think that started maybe like 6 or 7 in the morning because I'd stayed up all night. Yeah, so not the latest, but later than I like to go. So you remember this from last night? Well, once I got it cleared out, I went ahead and I put a bunch of art supplies in here. Jess got me some art stuff for Christmas. Oh, Caitlin, hello. No, this is the same Nick box from last night. You will remember this. The refrigerator here. This is the same Nick box. My wife got me this collection of art supplies here because I'm going to begin doing some cool art. I'm going to begin doing some very cool stuff that I can't. Well, I'm not going to say a whole lot about it, but I've got to start practicing. I used to, I would say, be a fairly decent artist, and I kind of gave it up for a long time. My wife is fantastic, so it's good that I've got her around for instruction, live instruction and such. She's going to be very helpful, I'm sure. But yeah, there's some art stuff that needs to be done in relation to Super Divorce, stuff that's all going to be woven into the fabric of this group and such. So, with that, not necessarily on the serious side of things, just for fun, a little fun art project that I decided to come on here and do. I got these nice colored pencils. And this Nickelodeon The Splat Coloring the 90s coloring book. And just as kind of a chill, relaxing stream, I thought I'd come on here and just color a picture. Since the video game that I was going to stream did not work out for this evening, I'm just going to do some coloring. Everyone likes to color, so why not go ahead and show you guys the process. I'm gonna get started here. So and I feel like with the tunes in the background, not that I'm gonna be completely silent, but with my voice and the shape it's in, this will allow me to have some ambiance, right? Some ambiance in the background for you guys as I color, so I don't have to strain too much, because it comes and goes. If I start talking too much, then the voice rapidly deteriorates, and it's no good, and no one wants to listen to that. Are the tunes coming through? Can you hear it okay? Let me find a good... There we go. I guess that's about right. That'll be okay. I might be able to go in closer. A-okay. Fantastic. All right. So I have a nice assortment of different colors here. And I think what I'm going to do for this page is I might get a little wacky with it. I think that'd be fun. I think what I'll do on this page to start things off is I'm not going to try really to stick to the actual colors that the characters had on the shows or anything. I think what I'll do is I'll just color things in kind of a wild and wacky way. And why don't I go ahead? Should I just dump them? So I've got them at the ready. There we go. Yeah, we'll get them all laid out here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make it look good. Come on, I'm not gonna sit here and scribble. I just meant that I'm not going to use. Don't get too wacky, Obi-Wan says. Okay, well, I'll try not to get too wacky, but I need to get a little wacky at least. You know what? To keep it somewhat traditional, what I'll start with is I'll start with the Nickelodeon The Splat, and I'll do that in kind of traditional, Nickelodeon orange. Well, which one's closest to Nickelodeon orange? Which one should I use? I don't think that one. The third one. This one right here. Can we get that? Can we focus there? Can you focus on this camera? What's going on with you? Come on. There we go. Now you can see. Okay. And this is called... Oh, well, that makes sense. This is actually... hold on. This is just called orange. Whenever it well, okay. Autofocus is... it's leaving some focusing to be desired. But let's go in. Let's start this here. Let me we can even go in closer for the Nickelodeon. Okay. So let's get started. Now I'm going to address a bit of trickiness right now. Okay? There's some trickiness here. I'm gonna need to reposition myself a little bit because where I was not comfortable at all. So bear with me for just a tick. Well, I tried to have this all set up, but you gotta... Wait, what did it say? It's too thin. More autofocus. Caitlin thinks it's fine, Obi-Wan. Maybe you're being a little nitpicky. I'll go in a bit here. There we are. Make sure I'm not blocking the light too much. There we go. See how this looks on the screen. It's tricky. I gotta go back and forth here. See, I'd really like to get down here close to the paper. This might be better. I just want to make sure that my face doesn't start creeping into the camera. And okay, I think we're all right. I think this will work. Maybe I can even bring it closer to me and then just scoot the camera over a bit here. Yes, I get you, Obi-Wan. Understood. I read your lips loud and clear. This table's not the sturdiest either, so it's kind of rocking a little bit as I color. I feel like it's hitting the camera. You know what I think? You know what I think, guys? I think I got another idea. I got another wacky, crazy idea here. Well, maybe. We'll see. Nope, sorry. That's not going to work. It's not happening. Okay. Well, what's everyone up to right now? You know? What are you guys doing today? How's your day looking? Any big plans? I would assume everyone's back at work. India battled very well today. Chechwar Puhara scored his third century for the series, will most likely lose from here. That's awful news. It's not the kind of news that I wanted to hear from you. If I even know what that means. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. On the camera, it's weird because on the camera I can see some white spots where it looks like I've not colored in the letters all the way. So that's why I keep going back over spots. I'm trying to be careful to not go outside the lines because no one likes that. No one likes the guy who can't stay inside the lines. There's still some on this end right here. There we are. Going on the L. For some reason this feels very foreign. I don't know when the last time I colored anything was. Obi-Wan says it was good to watch. I'm going to guess with a fair amount of confidence that you don't understand yet. Oh, well, maybe. Maybe. You also went to look at cars today. How'd they get you in the dealership? Did you get a free diamond ring while you were there? Huh? Offer you maybe like a pearl necklace? I don't know. You said that kind of thing would probably be illegal in Australia, so that's probably for the best. Probably didn't get swindled. I don't know. Do they have his girlfriend, Kat, got him in the dealership. Do they have the trope of the the dishonest car salesman in Australia? Is that something that exists there as well? Is that universal? The sort of sleazy car salesman? Because it definitely exists here. And you see why in Shimmergate. If you've not watched Shimmergate, please look forward to watching the entire series and seeing why car salesmen get the reputation that they have. Which is unfortunate, because I know a few really fantastic car salesmen. You know? Jason, who was just on here the other night, who I shared the stream with on New Year's Eve, he is a car salesman. Fantastic guy. He would never employ those tactics that you saw on Shimmergate. Sickening. So, that's the way it goes, though. People sell cars, people buy cars. Maybe I can try and keep like a little Bob Ross type banter going on here. He was by himself, but he just talked about whatever. He didn't have to get provocative. We could get provocative here a little bit. We might. We'll see. We'll just see where the night takes us. Sometimes it's best to not plan everything out all the time. Kind of fly by the seat of your pants. Take your time coloring. If we don't get the whole thing done tonight, that's okay. No one told us we have to do it all. We can do it again later. There will be more streams, Lord willing. We got the Nickelodeon colored. Obi-Wan said, my car has cost me a fair bit for its last few services, and at my last service, they found a leak in the timing cover seal, which would cost $2,000 to fix. Also, my shock absorbers are weak. Didn't get the repairs done. Well, I hope it's not going to put you in danger. Hope you're not driving around in a clunker. Get that guy off the road ASAP. Now here's a decision we have to make. Should we color the splat in the same orange, or should we mix in maybe like some slime green for the splat part? I said slime green, but funny, it's actually a lime green. But in this case, it would be like a slime green because it's Nickelodeon. Now, should we stick with the orange, or should we move on to a green for the splat? Caitlin thinks we should go with green for the splat. I think you're right. That sounds good. All right, let's go with green for the splat. So we're going to start with the first. And this paper, it's a nice quality stock, but it doesn't seem to want to absorb the colored pencils as well as I would like them to, as well as I would like it to. I could say that the colored pencils are not being absorbed as well as I would like them to. See, this looks a little light compared especially to what I thought by looking at the colored pencil itself. You'd think that this would be a different shade. That's a pretty light green compared to what they're showing us there, you know? But, okay. That's fine. That's alright, we'll stick with it. It doesn't look bad. It just looks a little lighter than I thought it was going to. But, you know, that's the way things go sometimes. You think things are going to turn out one way and they turn out another. You can either get upset about it or you can do something about it. And if there's nothing that you can't do, then I'd say the best option is to roll with the punches. No sense in getting worked up. If something happens that you can't fix, no sense in getting all riled up about it. Just roll with it. Just own it. Make it your own. Be like, you know what? It's not the shade I was looking for, but it's gonna work. We'll be thankful that we've got it at all. Obi-Wan said it's not dangerous, just don't think I'll get anything for it as a trade-in, and weighing up whether to just use it until it conks out or buy a new one now. Anyway, having it valued tomorrow. Do you have any ideas in mind what kind of car you would like to upgrade to? Did you test drive anything today? So here's the E. Here we go. And the will be all colored in here, giving a nice little contrast between the orange and the black and the green. Some good contrast here. Even though it's not super bright, it still looks pretty decent. Now let's go on down to the splat part. Start with our S. On bigger areas like this, what I like to do is kind of go around the edge first. It's an old trick. Something I've done for a long time. I've always liked coloring large areas in this way on coloring books. I think I learned this as a young boy, and I would recommend it to anyone. In a big area, go around the edges first, and then you can kind of go crazy on the interior without worrying about coloring outside the lines. Obi-Wan doesn't know whether to go manual or auto either, and he doesn't know what kind of car he wants. Some sort of sedan or hatchback needs to be able to accommodate someone who's 6'4". Yeah, so maybe not a Volkswagen or anything. Something a little bigger. Well, you could always come to Ohio and purchase a car from my buddy Jason. He was talking about the other night. Works the local Cadillac dealership in Columbus. So I'm gonna go through here, look at this, so you can just kind of go wild. Since you have the outside edges all done up there, nice and taken care of. Yeah, there we go. See how that's looking on the screen. Zoom out just a little bit. Might clear things up some. There we go. Guess we don't have to be so close. Camera quality starts to be compromised when you zoom in too far, so I'll try and darken this up a little bit. Get a little more saturation, as they say in the tattoo world. Make sure all the edges are properly taken care of here. There we go. All right. Said before, you never know what you're going to get on this channel. You never know. It could be wild and crazy. You could tune in. We could be doing something like this. Now, granted, part of it is the fact that I'm a bit under the weather here, so usually a bit more lively when it comes to the content, but it's not bad to take a little cool down break every now and again. Do something peaceful, something relaxing, something you can chill out to. So we're doing our little trick, going around the edges, getting everything just so. Now we can just fill it all in. Fill it all in, just like that. Here we go. And soon, the word splat will be all done. Caitlin's gonna head off to bed. All right, Caitlin, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we see you tomorrow. You have a good night. Obi-Wan says goodbye to Caitlin. So we just got the lat. We're gonna work our lats here. We're not in the gym. No. This is a different kind of lat. We are gonna pull it down. I'm gonna pull this lat down, right down. Get this lat worked out. All right, onto the A we go. Right. So Obi-Wan, did you make it any further in your FIFA story? Can't remember the guy's name. Who's the douchey guy? The guy with the sister, the underage sister who was going out drinking out on the town and wherever they were in Tokyo. 16 years old. She had no business doing any of that. Was it Danny Williams? Maybe it was Danny. I feel like it might have been Danny. All right, onto the tea. A nice tea. Make ourselves an iced tea. Obi-Wan did not get any further in the story. He's going to stream the whole thing. All right, good. I'll have to tune in. Hopefully I can catch the next one live. I saw that you played some NBA 2K15, I think, earlier today, but I couldn't go live with you when you were doing it. What'd you think? I didn't realize you were a basketball fan. And Obi-Wan was hoping the cricket campaign would be as cool as the FIFA one, but it's not. That's too bad. Damn shame. Here. Okay. Obi-Wan thought that NBA was a hard game. What'd you find so difficult about it? The timing your jump shots, or just the game in general? I actually have the new NBA, but I haven't. It's another one that I picked up in a Black Friday deal, and I've not played it yet. I want to, though. I want to do that. I'm sure it has a nice storyline that I could stream. Okay, what now? So the splat's all done. Um, I guess I'll just pick a character and start. I think Tommy's kind of jumping out at me. Tommy Pickles is jumping out at me here. So had you ever played an NBA game before, or was that the first time? For any NBA game, not just this one, but have you played any basketball games in the video game world before? Because I always found them to be fairly, I don't want to say easy, but if you understand the game of basketball, I feel like set it on the easiest difficulty and it's not too bad. But if you're not familiar with basketball to a great degree, it would be difficult. And I totally understand. Time for another one of these. Oh boy. Okay, so for Tommy, like I said, I want to get a little wacky here. So I think Tommy might look kind of cool with blue skin. Maybe, what am I going to go with here? Which blue would be better? The one on top is aqua green, and the one on bottom is sky blue. These are options here. For Tommy's skin, what should we color him up as? Obi-Wan says, I'm just enjoying sports games in general. I've been looking at a few. Is the UFC game good? Hadn't played any b-ball games before. I've watched a fair bit, but not an expert. Okay. Yeah, I know the UFC game can be a bit buggy. There's some pretty funny outtakes if you look up UFC glitches. But it does have a pretty big audience. A lot of people play the UFC games. I watch the UFC, but I don't play the games. I had the UFC game on the Dreamcast way back. The new ones, I couldn't tell you exactly what they're like because I've not played them. Not that I'm not interested, I just haven't picked any of them up. So I think they do get pretty decent reviews though. So to what extent you can trust reviews anymore, though, that's up in the air. I think what I'll do is go with the sky blue. Maybe. Sky blue or aqua? Aqua green. You're gonna get one so I can see it. Alright. The newest one has my favorite fighter on the cover. Conor McGregor. Yeah. Never Cold here is here. What's cracking? Super Divorce? I'm back. Solo though. Well, thanks for joining. I'm a bit under the weather, so it's kind of a chilled out, laid back stream tonight. My wife got me this Nickelodeon Splat coloring book, coloring the 90s. A fun little Christmas present, and a nice pack of colored pencils. And so, yeah. So I'm doing a little bit of coloring tonight. Obi-Wan's run out of room on his PS4. He has to delete one of the battlefronts. Yeah, just a fun little Christmas trinket, you know, a fun little gift. So I'm gonna color Tommy blue. I thought it'd be fun to color the characters in a non-traditional way, just mix it up a little bit. So I colored the Nickelodeon and the splat in kind of traditional Nickelodeon colors. And then outside here, I thought we'd get a little wild, a little wacky. So I'm going to start with Tommy here. I'm going to use my little method, kind of go around the outside first. That's what I like to do when I color. Go around the edges, get those taken care of so you don't color outside the lines. That's a real pet peeve. Yeah, it could be a Smurf Tommy. Never Cold says it's a Smurf Tommy. It's a good way of looking at it. A little bit of a crossover event. I feel like this song adds a lot of gravity to what's going on right now. Makes it seem really important. A very pivotal moment in my life. And perhaps in yours too. So around the edges we go. And now we'll, there we go. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Just going right around the edges here. Getting Tommy all colored in. Having a little fun, just relaxing. Nice relaxing coloring session. Never Cold said, I don't mean to be a noob, but you are an artist. Oh, well, a music artist by trade, we could say. First and foremost, Super Divorce is a musical band, a synth pop group. So you can check out our music on Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff. You can order our CD or our vinyl or cassette tape from superdivorceme.com if you like doing that stuff. But no, this. Thank you. Yeah, synth pop is fun. I'm a big fan of 80s new wave and 80s alternative, dark wave, that kind of stuff. So that's the direction I've decided to take my music career. Obi-Wan says that I should show some sketches. Yeah, I don't mind to do that. Let me find. I have to remember what I did with them. I just cleaned up my office, a very drastic clean. So I have to remember where I put everything. Please give me just 1 second and I will track down my sketches so I can show those off. So they're not in my bookshelf. No. See, sometimes when you clean and your office has been a wreck for an extended period, it's actually harder to find things after you put them away. You don't remember where you put stuff. So, so if I were putting sketches away, where would I put them? Oh yes, I found them. Fantastic. Okay. So, yeah, I've always tried to keep content coming out of Super Divorce even before we had music available for anyone to listen to. So when I started our Instagram page, what I did was, I don't know why this won't focus. What's the problem here? There we go. Okay. When I first started our Instagram page, we didn't have any music, but I was like, well, what if I just draw pictures and post them? Because I like drawing. I don't consider myself a pro. My wife, however, is. She is a professional tattoo artist. She owns her own studio. And so I always like to let people know I am definitely a hobbyist when it comes to drawing and that kind of thing. But I've been drawing for as long as I can remember, with extended periods where I don't do any drawing at all. But when I was a kid, I would draw all the time. love to open up my comic books and try and draw pictures from inside of them and such. So on our Super Divorce Instagram, I started just drawing celebrities, like really, they're slightly unsettling versions of celebrity pictures. So, Never Cold said, I noticed some ink on that lady on the other night's live stream. That was my wife. Yeah, I believe so. From the New Year's Eve stream that we did? Here's, yeah, that was my wife. There's Wilford Brimley. You might know Wilford Brimley from the diabetes commercials. There's John Candy, famous actor John Candy. Yeah, there's Wilford Brimley right there. Diabetes. There's John Candy. Here's a scary Willy Wonka from when they're down in the tunnel and he's kind of losing his mind. There's Ned Beatty, who you might remember from Deliverance and the Purple People Eater movie. Here's the kid from Troll 2 when he says, "Oh my God." See, I can't even do it right now. His iconic line, I can't even do it. Obi-Wan wants to know if I would draw one of these for him one day. Yeah, absolutely. And just let me know what you want and we'll work it out. There's Rhodes from Day of the Dead. Here's Ron Perlman. Here's Dracula from Monster Squad. There's the creepy German guy from Monster Squad. Well, thank you. My art is, yeah, I'm glad you think it's great. I would describe it as, I would say I fashioned my own approach, but I would not consider myself a great artist. There's, what's his face? Kid from Monster Squad. Why can't I think of his name right now? Obi-Wan wants a particular photo of Shane Warne. I don't know who that is. I'd have to look that up. There's Wolfman from Monster Squad. Wolfman's got nards, of course, and there's Horace, who says it. We've got Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry. We've got the guy who created Hershey's. That is the creator of Hershey's Chocolate. I drew his picture. I can't remember why. Oh yeah, because we did a podcast one time all about candy. And so to stick with the podcast for that week's theme, I decided to draw the progenitor of Hershey's Chocolate. There's Frankenstein from Monster Squad. This is one of the most time-consuming ones that I did. I actually am slightly proud of this one. That was a Rob Zombie that I thought was pretty cool. That took a long time. I think that was probably about a 4-hour sit down that I did, but too bad I wasn't streaming at that point, because I did that right here in my office, but we weren't doing any YouTube stuff at that point, so that would have been a fun one to show the whole process of. Do like one of those sped up videos or something, or even chat while I was doing it. Oh yeah, Never Cold said that they left the word nards in the first run of commercials for Monster Squad, but then it was only Wolfman's Got, and they cut it off after a day or two. It's too bad. So those, you might recognize this. That is Mr. Henderson from the Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job. We featured this actually on the cover of our first album, Wish You the Best, back when we were still a 4-piece, not synth pop group. We were like a post-hardcore band at that point. Here's a Freddy Krueger that I did. Fred. Can't stand Fred. Really don't like Fred. Here's that guy. I can't remember his name. The actor who played this fella passed away in 2018. And a lot of people were sad about that. I only knew this because this famous GIF this character's featured in, but I never watched that show. I don't remember what it was. There's the Monopoly guy. That's Tim Curry. There's Donald Trump. Robin Williams from Jumanji. One of the characters from Guess Who. Don't Wake Daddy. Yeah, the Ace Ventura Monopoly guy. Yeah. That's the guy from Operation. There's Papa John Schnatter. Pat Robertson of the 700 Club. There's good old Eric Roberts. And Mr. Belvedere. So those are all my that was like the last round of art that I spent any considerable amount of time on. Yeah, the second Ace Ventura was incredible. I wish that he'd make another one. No problem. Glad you enjoyed looking through those. Thanks for the suggestion, Obi-Wan. And Obi-Wan, if you have a picture that you'd like me to doodle for you, go ahead and you can always email that to us. Just send the email on over to well, you know the email address, superdivorce@superdivorceme.com. Though Mr. Pete claims that the email address does not work, and I don't think that that's true, because that's fine. We're still getting emails sent to the inbox, so I don't know what's going on. Does this contain Invader Zim? I don't know. Good question. I feel like Zim came out after 2000, but they might have put him in here anyway. I love Invader Zim though. Very excited about the new Invader Zim that's coming out. The comics are really good too. I don't know if you've read any of those. Well, I'm just going through here, trying quickly. Yeah, I think they've stuck to just 90s stuff. So no Zim. Yeah, there's like an Invader Zim movie that they're going to be releasing. And yes, I think Zim was the best cartoon of that era on Nick. Have you ever read any of Johnny the Homicidal Maniac? The guy who created Zim, he had a comic book called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and then also one called Squee that was kind of a spin-off of Johnny. Both of those are great. Definitely more adult-oriented than Zim was. So keep that in mind. Yeah, Vasquez is awesome. Yeah. So you have Squee but not Johnny. They've got a Johnny collection in one trade paperback with all the issues, and that's pretty cool. All right, we'll get back to our Smurf Tommy here. Sometime I'll get out some of my drawings and comics that I made when I was in high school. Some of those are fun. I used to amuse myself. Made my own self chuckle with a lot of my drawings. I'd share them with. I had a few friends who kind of got my humor. A lot of people would just read them and wonder what the hell kind of drugs I was on, but I never did any drugs. I never did drugs in high school, and I didn't really drink until I was 21, so I just had an active imagination, you know? It's unfortunate that people think that if you make something creative that you needed to use a substance to do it. It's not the case. So, going right around the edges here, as I said I like to do, because then you can just go wild. You get around the edges and then you get those big areas where you can just let loose. Start a separate channel where I teach people how to color. Not in an impressive way, just coloring books. Let's see. Why do Europeans say drawings? I don't know. Obi-Wan thinks I immediately got too wacky. Just by making Tommy blue, you think that's too wacky? And he also said, I hope it's not too difficult. Shane Warne took 708 test wickets, 708 test wickets, second only to Mutia Muralitharan. Is that right? Muralitharan. Who dat? Obi-Wan might be able to explain. I might know, but I can't let Obi-Wan know if I know. I might know the entire history of the sport of cricket, but I can't say so yet. Right around here. One around the eyes like that. There we go. Does anyone else employ this method when they're coloring? Does anyone else like to go around all the edge lines first and then just kind of go crazy on the big interiors? I can't talk about that enough. I'm a big proponent of it. I just think it's a great approach. It just works. Because look, now I don't even have to worry about coloring outside the lines. I know just where to stop. It provides a level of safety when you're coloring in these large areas. You don't have to worry about your hand slipping and accidentally going into a region where it shouldn't go. You know exactly where your boundaries are. No worries. Okay, never cold's got to go. Thanks for the hang. Yeah, maybe back if you go for a while. All right. Well, have a good evening. Thank you for dropping by. And Obi-Wan said that I said it right. Muralitharan is a Sri Lankan mystery spinner. He took more than 800 wickets, but was always under scrutiny because people thought he was throwing. Oh. Uh-oh, what happened? Why'd our tunes cut out? The tunes have cut out, guys. That's not good. Maybe if we go to the next one. Not Jason Shaw. How about Spring Ixon? No? Stream's still going, isn't it? It looks like the stream is still going, but for some reason, my computer has decided that this is too much to handle. My internet access, how does that look? Sometimes all you have to do is disconnect and then reconnect again. Sometimes that's the way to do it. That's the way to fix things. We'll see if that works. It says we're connected again. So, how about now? There we go. We're back. Okay. Didn't want to make a boring stream with no music, where you just have to listen to me breathing heavily. There we go. Go ahead and color in this spot in up here. Just nice. Coloring it just nice, just nice. Let me, yeah. I want to make sure that the movement of the table doesn't move the actual phone here. Okay, there. I think that's good. This is a good color on Tommy. I think he was born to be blue. He would have fit right in at the Smurf Village. Maybe worth a cameo in the next Smurf movie. Maybe a crossover event. Smurfs versus Rugrats. Or it could be a team up. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. I'm gonna move on to the arms. Employ the same routine even when it seems silly, because this area is so small, but it's still worth doing. And then with the fingers, we just we'll get right in there. This is that's a little precarious though. I think I'm gonna have to sharpen up. Let me sharpen up. Say clean. Clean. Oh, there we go. That's how it does it. I see. So with this little sharpener, you pop it open, and this is this says color grip. So this is a colored pencil. We'll sharpen it on this side. Ooh, that's nice and sharp. Nice and sharp. Okay. Put that back aside now. And now we can get into these tiny little areas here. Little baby Tommy fingers. There. Look how cute. Obi-Wan's got to shoot. All right, man. I'll see you later, brother. Have a good night. Or day. So, it's going to get real chill in here now. Just me by my lonesome. Coloring some pictures. Go. Color all these fingies in. Now, I don't know what color I'm gonna do Chucky when I get over there. I haven't even thought about that. He's known to have that that orange hair. And what if we made his skin orange? No one would see that coming. I could make all the Rugrats characters blue. That's another possibility. But somehow that seems like it would cheapen Tommy. So maybe I won't do that. Maybe he's going to be the only blue character that we do tonight. Maybe he should be the lone blue man. We're not going to have a blue man group. We're just going to have a blue Tommy. Not a whole group of blue men. Or blue babies. There we are. Foot colored in. Good. Nice and good there. Color this leg. By the way, guys, if you're watching this later, we are now less than 25 subs away from 300. And that's quite something for this channel, because when we started going live here, I think we were in the 120s. And we've done all of this without spending a dime. It's just been with going live every single day and talking to people and making some new friends. That's what this has been about. That's been my vision for this, well, not just this band, but when I was in my last band before Super Divorce, we were called Sleep Star Ignition, and I had that idea for us. Had this idea of doing something called the Star Squad. It would be like kind of like a fan club, and really focusing on things that everyone else was interested in besides us. You'll often hear me bring that up. This is not the last time that I'll talk about it, but I'm trying not to. Oh boy, I shouldn't be talking so much. Anyway, I've talked about this before, how there's only so much Super Divorce that I can talk about. I can only say so much about Super Divorce, the group, before it starts getting boring and self-indulgent. And I really, in a way, it's not even indulging, because I don't like to sit and talk about myself. I like to talk about things that I'm interested in. I like talking in general, but I don't want to sit here and do nothing but go over the mundane details of my day, or bore you with what the creative process is like day after day. Time for another. Getting raw. I'm gonna have to take a break from talking for several minutes here. Okay. Please look forward to some silent coloring. Boy. Having an attack here. All right, I think we're gonna stop there for the evening. So that's what we got. I don't know when we'll come back to this, but maybe sometime. Doesn't make for the most exciting stream or anything, but you know, maybe next time that I show this, I'll have quite a bit more colored in. At least you get to see where it starts. So I think that's going to be it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you've not done so, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and bong the gong for notifications so you can come in for the next live video. Hopefully my voice is back by then. And we'll see you next time, guys. Good night.